Hi, I'm Stephanie Chavez. I am a senior development manager with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, Orange County chapter, and I will be discussing our December 18th event, Hike the Halo. I first learned about the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation through a colleague of mine, actually, Amy Meinrich. She works in the Orange County chapter, and she works for the Bethesda office back in DC. I sat down with her just as a informational interview. We had a mutual friend, and she was really the first person who started talking to me about the foundation and cystic fibrosis. Most people don't know what cystic fibrosis is. It is a genetic lung disease. So your parents do have to be born with the CFTR gene, and so it's not like you can catch it, or it's not like a cold. You can't give it to somebody. And cystic fibrosis is a genetic disease that you're born with. It's also a rare disease, and so not a lot of people know about it. And it's an orphan disease. And being a rare disease and an orphan disease, there's less than a million people that are affected by it. There's 70,000 or so people that are affected with cystic fibrosis worldwide, about 32,000 in the United States. And being an orphan disease and a rare disease, we do not get any government funding. And so all of our funding does come, from the foundation and what we do as far as fundraising with events, corporate sponsors, amazing corporate champions that we have that support us, our families that do all of the fundraising. They come out to our events. They support us through that. So that's a little bit about how the rare disease, affects us personally. So as I said, we are an orphan disease and a rare disease, and so we don't get any government funding, and so we do all of our funding ourselves. And so that has brought some amazing breakthroughs and scientific breakthroughs. Most recently in 2019 with Trikafta. Trikafta is what the media calls as the miracle drug, and it is as such as that it treats the underlying cause of cystic fibrosis. And what that does is that helps reduce the amount of infections that those living with cystic fibrosis get, which basically wears and tears the lungs down over time. And so by less infections, less hospital stays, that helps increase their life expectancy, and it just helps overall improve the quality of life. Hike the Halo first began because our co-chairs, Sue Klug and Cynthia Weifenbach, wanted to create an event in honor of Sue's daughter, Shelby. Shelby is a young woman who's living with cystic fibrosis. She is a double lung transplant recipient and kidney recipient. And Cynthia and Sue work together primarily in the grocery industry from, back in the day. And so they came together and they decided they wanted to create Hike the Halo. And so with that, they brought the amazing grocery supporters that we have as our corporate sponsors. And so they've been co-chairing it ever since. And it's grown in attendance. And we're really excited to be back in person this year. We weren't able to be in person in 2020. We did a virtual campaign, and our fearless co-chairs led that as well. And again, we're excited again to be back in person in December 18th. For Hike the Halo, you can go to our website and you can register. And immediately once you register, you have the option to choose your participation. So you can be an in-person climber, runner, or stroller course participant. And so we have 4 different courses that you can choose from. As I said, the 5K, so you can run a 5K in and around Angel Stadium. We have the Halo course, which is the traditional stair climb that boasts over 2,000 steps. And then we also have the challenge course, which is the Halo course. And then we beef it up a bit and we add a bunch of CrossFit elements to it. So it's a little bit harder, a little bit more of a challenge for those who want to take it. And then we have, something for everyone for the family. So we also have the stroller course. And so you could take your whole family, you can push the stroller through the ramps all through Angel Stadium. You can also participate as a virtual climber. And then you can also participate in person as just a spectator. And you can come on the field and enjoy the perks of the vendor village, participate in the silent auction. And so again, once you go to the website and you register, you'll see those options right there for you. So when you go to register and you select if you're going to be an in-person climber, runner, or stroller course participant, it is $65 to be an in-person participant. It's $40 to be a virtual participant, $25 to be an in-person spectator. So that's the access to the vendor village. And then kids under 10 are free. What we're really excited to add to this year's event is the warm up challenge. And so that begins on November 22nd. And every registered participant, regardless if you're an in person climber, a virtual, or a spectator, can participate in the virtual warm up challenge. And what that is we actually have a private Hike the Halo private club in the Strava app, and we compete weekly for top prizes that our sponsors have donated. And so you can get your mileage in by running, walking, climbing, hiking, really anything that's going to calculate steps and mileage for you. And then you compete against the other individuals and teams as well. And again, for the top prizes. So the great thing about the Strava Club is you actually will hit start and stop on the Strava app. So once you go out for your activity, whether it's walking or running, you hit start. It's going to calculate your mileage. It's actually really fancy, and it can even calculate your elevation. So if you're going up some mountains, it'll actually calculate that for you. And in our private club, it calculates your total for the week, and it actually has a leaderboard, and you can see where you rank against the other individuals in the club. So when you register for Hike the Halo, you have the option to register as an individual person, or you can actually join a team. And so, for example, I'm the team leader of the Greater Irvine Chamber of Commerce team. And so, as a team leader, I have a link that I can send out to my fellow colleagues, and they can choose to join my team. And as a team, it gets that camaraderie together. We set a goal that we try to reach together. We also try to recruit other members to join our team as well. And again, you can also register though as an individual participant, or you can join a team. So we have amazing, array of teams. We have teams that have family members that are living with cystic fibrosis right here in Southern California, in Orange County, and their family members and their friends join their teams. We have, teams that have family members that don't even live in the state, and they actually live across the country, and they're representing from them, all the way out here in California. And we also have teams that don't have, direct connections or a person living with cystic fibrosis that they know. For example, the Greater Irvine Chamber of Commerce, they do not have a direct connection, and they're showing up and they're coming out and they're supporting. We also have the amazing support of the Orange County Sheriff's Department and their recruits. And so they will be lacing up their shoes and participating and doing the 5K run again this year. And so we really do have a wide range of different teams and different supporters. So we do have some amazing national sponsors. We do have our national gold sponsor, which is AbbVie, and our national silver sponsors, Vertex, Gilead, and Genentech, and of course, our outstanding corporate supporter, American Airlines. And then locally, we have some amazing sponsors as well. So shout out to Gelson's, Food for Less, Stater Brothers, Northgate Markets, Albertsons Vaughn Pavilions, and Natural Delights. They are our elite sponsors this year. We are also always looking for other corporate supporters and sponsorships. So if you're interested, we are looking for that. They range in variety of levels, starting at 500 and up. We also are always looking for vendor village sponsorships. And so vendor village is where you can actually interact directly with the participants by giving away product or free giveaways. And so we are also looking for vendor village participants or sponsorships as well. In addition to our amazing corporate sponsors that we have, the other revenue that we do get is from fundraising, and our amazing teams that show up, year after year, and our brand new teams that come out for the first time. It really is their drive, what they do. They are amazing, and they, host fundraisers at their house, or, they send out, letters to all their friends and families asking them to support them in their Hike the Halo endeavor, and to ask them to support them financially. And it really is, the amazing individual participants and teams that help us fundraise and get to our goal. And then on the day of the event, we also have on the field an amazing silent auction. And so we have wonderful donors who have contributed to that. And so the in-person participants have the option to bid on those silent auction packages, goodies, gift cards, really, you name it. We have so many good things in that one. And so those are the two ways that we fundraise and get our funds in addition to our amazing corporate sponsors. So every registered participant will receive a Hike the Halo shirt, custom made with the Hike the Halo logo and our sponsors. And every in-person participant will also receive a finisher medal and a tote bag. And they will have access to, again, the vendor village where they can get all the goodies and the giveaways from our amazing sponsors. And again, everyone who is registered also participates in the warm-up challenge. And that also comes along with electronic coupons from our sponsor, Natural Delights. Why it's so important for Southern California participants, to participate in Hike the Halo is because really anyone can. Whether you are walking the 5K or sprinting the 5K to try to have the fastest time, anyone can do the 5K. We have the stroller course for all the family members to join it, and we really do see the whole family come out and they wear their team shirts and they take their time and they're having a blast. And again, like I said, you have the spectator option. Who doesn't want to be able to hang out in the field of Angel Stadium? I mean, that's like the coolest dream that can come true for most kids. And so I think that's why it's so important for, Orange County, Southern California residents to come out and just bring the whole family that day and just have a great time. We are a rare orphan disease and we don't get government funding. And not a lot of people know about cystic fibrosis because of that. And so that's why it's so important and why really our community drives us. Our community, once you're in, you're part of the family and, you're going to be invited to every event coming forward. And we really do take you in. And so really it's so important for our community to help spread awareness, to let people know about events like Hike the Halo and ask their colleague to come show up and try the stair climb, and to really just to get to know, what our community is about, what the disease is about, hear from our, CF ambassador event speaker about what life is like with cystic fibrosis so that they can go home and then they can go educate their family and their friends and just to continue to help spread awareness about cystic fibrosis and the foundation and what we're doing and our hopes for a cure one day. For those who unfortunately can't make it to the event on December 18th, we know it's a busy time. You can also, make a donation directly to the event. We also have other chapter events that we host throughout the year. Most importantly, what we're excited to be back in person with is our Great Strides. We have different Great Strides walks all throughout Southern California. So you can go to our website and you can find a walk that's closest to you. Huntington Beach, Dana Point, Inland Empire. We also do, some endurance events. So for those who want a little bit more of a challenge, like the stair climb, we also have Extreme Hike, which is a hiking event where we go out and we will complete either a long range of maybe 20 miles, or you have the option for a little bit shorter, usually about 8 to 10 miles. And then we also have a cycling event, Cycle for Life. And so for all of our cyclists that want to get out and support and ride for a cure, we also have that option. And again, we hope to be back in person with some of our, bigger, more popular events like Pipeline to a Cure. And of course, the Don Baylor 65 Roses Memorial Golf Tournament. Again, just, with Hike the Halo, we're so excited to be back in person this year. I can't wait to see everyone's faces. And again, it's a family event. Everyone is welcome, all ages, all participants, there's something for everyone. And again, you can go to the website and you can choose, your participation level. And I hope you decide to join the warm-up challenge with us. It's a lot of fun in our little private group. We share photos. We can make updates and posts so you get all the most important information right there at your phone. And again, it gets that camaraderie, that little competitiveness, because you can compete against your other colleagues in there, try to get some amazing prizes from our awesome sponsors. And again, we just really can't wait to see everybody out at Angel Stadium on December 18th.